to Module 4 of Here4U on Empathy. In this Unit 3, we are learning about acknowledging your patient's feelings and communicating with kindness. Through the expression of empathy, caregivers have a chance to truly attend and connect with their patients. This is because empathy shows patients that they matter as individuals and that the caregiver automatically cares about their well-being. The person's feelings and communicate that understanding are the two final attributes of empathy as proposed by the nursing scholar Teresa Wiseman. In more practical terms, to demonstrate empathy, the caregiver can engage in 1. Acknowledging of another person's situation or feelings. 2. Communicating that understanding back to the patient in a visible and supportive way.
One method that can help caregivers to demonstrate their empathy is to ensure that they will engage in a symmetrical rather than asymmetrical communication. Caregivers with symmetrical communication styles engage patients as partners and equal participants in their care. On the other hand, caregivers with asymmetrical communication engage in an implicit of an unintentional communication style which indicates imbalance of power in which caregiver is more powerful than the patient. There is a set of behaviors that can help you to ensure that you engage in a symmetrical communication style and therefore empathize with your patients. Let's look at some practical examples. Example 1. Sometimes when your patients say they are fine, their body language tells a very different story. Your elderly patients may be picking at their nails, avoiding eye contact, or slouching towards the door. All these are signs of them not being fine. In symmetrical communication, you will be observing non-verbal cues of your patients and addressing them in an empathetic way. For example, I notice that you are biting your nails. Can I help you with anything? This will allow you to establish a dialogue with your patients and provide them assistance when needed. On the other hand, in asymmetrical communication, you will dismiss these cues as not important and therefore you will not create an opportunity to build rapport with your patients. Example 2. Your elderly patients will be suffering from various conditions which may alter their perceptions, leading them to be profoundly disturbed and distressed. When they are sharing their experiences and thoughts, in symmetrical communication, you do take them seriously, even though their fears might be irrational. You actively listen to their concerns by giving them your full attention and by reflecting back what are they saying. On the other hand, in asymmetrical communication, you dismiss their fears and thoughts as irrational. This will result in you engaging in other tasks rather than communicating with your patients and shifting the conversation to other topics that you believe are more relevant. Since you are not taking them seriously, you will also use language to indicate that, such as love, darling, or honey, leaving your patients feeling belittled and childish.
Majority of caregivers are sensitive to the elderly patient situation, but often will not visibly show it to their patients. However, the crucial key to empathy is communicating and demonstrating your understanding in a compassionate way so that the patient perceives and values your support. Studies show that when empathy is effectively expressed, the sense of patient helplessness and isolation decreases. Empathy also creates opportunities to engage your elderly patients in more open dialogue so that they can express additional fears and concerns. We propose phrases that can help you to communicate your empathy more effectively. Responding well with empathy means summarizing what your patients are saying. For instance, I heard you say that you are not feeling well. Noticing the non-verbal cues. For example, I noticed that you smiled when you talk about your daughter. Expressing your own emotions and feelings in a kind way. For instance, I felt upset when you were rude to me. Reflecting back to what your patients are sharing with you. For example, it sounds as you felt worried when you saw the new doctor. Expressing your own perspective on their situation. For instance, I can only imagine that it is tough to keep forgetting other people's names. In the next tutorial, we are going to explore how to apply empathy in your daily interactions with elderly patients using nurse model.